Hey guys, it's Manga here with a new video, and this video is going to be me drawing a bunch of hands. So this is going to be me drawing dynamic hands in 20 ways. You know, there are a lot of people who have trouble drawing hands, and from different angles for maybe their comic or for their illustration and stuff like that. So this video is just going to be me kind of tackling that and drawing a bunch of hand gestures and stuff like that that you guys can watch and possibly learn, and use as reference if you need to reference the hand itself or the way I'm drawing the hand. So here first we just have a simple closed fist punching, clenched fist kind of thing going on here. And I'm going to be going through all these like really quick for those who are familiar with the 20 Ways series. I'm going to be doing a whole lot more. I have a couple things lined up. You can leave ideas of things you want me to do. So here we have a relaxed hand. Just something simple from behind. It's almost like when you watch say a Western, and this is kind of like the hand pose right before like they draw their weapon or draw their gun, gunslingers and stuff like that. Or it's just a relaxed hand, really, from behind. You have the pinky finger. Things to keep in mind, the pinky is clearly always the shortest and smallest finger. And the thumb, the thumb is actually, I think the thumb is actually the shortest. It depends. People's hands are different sometimes, but the thumb is usually the thickest. And the middle finger, the FU finger, is the tallest. Just basic things like that to keep in mind. They'll help you as you're coming up with the hands. So that's like another relaxed hand, but from a different angle. Not as relaxed as the first one, though. Here, what did I draw here? We just have. I kind of have an old video showing how to draw hands. Just the basic way for to have a foundation before you can branch out and draw hands, in different positions and stuff like that. So just like a little base kind of video, and I'll leave a link to that so you guys can go check that out, and that may help you understand this video a whole lot more. But yeah, it's the basic things I talked about: the pinky, the middle finger being the tallest, and the other two kind of it kind of fluctuates. It depends. Sometimes they're taller. One is taller than the other. Sometimes the other is taller than the other. It depends. But the middle finger is usually the tallest. The thumb is the thickest, and pinky is the smallest and the shortest. Gave them here the same thing where we have like a little box, and at the top of the box there's this curve, because the fingers, they're not straight. Like, they don't start on the same line. They're not like parallel to each other. But again, I think the older video will kind of talk on that a little bit more. Here we just have doing some hand signs, hand gestures, almost like a gang sign, west side kind of thing, just fooling around. And in the future, this video again, it's not a tutorial on how to draw hands. In the future, I plan on making an actual tutorial trying to basically teach you guys how to come up with hands. So even if you've never seen the hand gesture before and you don't want to use reference, kind of teaching you guys how, almost like a technique that I use to break the it helps when you understand the hand itself and where all the joints are and where it bends and stuff like that, where you can kind of manipulate it in your mind to come up with a hand, even though you've not seen it before. But you can play around with the angles and stuff like that. Also, practice helps, and when you understand that foundation, you draw hands that you've seen before. That also helps. So here we have a little fist with a thumb coming out, maybe pointing at something, maybe pointing at a person. Note that the thumbs, they're not like the lines, the demarcations between the fingers. Sorry, they're not parallel. They're all like pointing towards one spot in a way, not exactly. And also keep in mind that the thumb, the fingers, they're key attention to detail things, where the finger is not just smooth with the fingernail. Sorry, it's not just smooth with the whole finger itself. There is a little attention to detail where there's like a nudge. Just looking at your fingers and your fingernail, you know what I mean. It's almost like the fingernail has a mind of its own. It's like straight, you know, and the finger itself is, you know, fleshy and stuff. Here we have a closed fist again, and it's different here because it's like holding something. And understanding fingernails and how to draw fingernails usually helps. The way you draw the fingernails can really, you know, can really help help viewers understand where the finger is faced. If it's facing more towards them, or if it's like or if the finger is pointing at you or stuff like that. It really helps differentiate. So here, the next drawing, we have another relaxed hand, but a little more. It's almost like it's pointing, but it's not pointing without that much effort. There was an old painting that I could reference that it reminds me of. I just can't remember the name of it. It was kind of like God sitting down naked or something like that. I can't remember the name. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you can leave it in the comments below. But here, you know, just basic, simple hand, just real relaxed in a way. And the thumb behind all the fingers, and you know, shade that in just to let you know it's like behind the other 4 fingers, and you're not gonna see it clearly because it's, you know, it's being blocked. And just add a little ring there, just, you know, fancy stuff to add in. Here I just want to draw some fingers, kind of like hanging on a cliff or climbing a cliff. You can see how the pinky kind of bumps up a whole lot more, and you can do all this. You know, it's part of practice when you're drawing, and you can use your actual hands as reference. You can take pictures of your hands, or you can, you know, find images on Google and, you know, practice that way, or practice looking at hand gestures from comics and stuff like that. You can practice that way, and you can kind of see all this stuff, and it really helps out in the long run. But you notice that the pinky kind of is being the smallest, has to stretch the most to reach the top. Here we have a little you want to do a little foreshortening, just a little bit, not too much, and have a hand with the finger pointing, well, 2 fingers pointing. It's almost like the fingers are going to be making a gun gesture, where the middle finger and the index are like pointing at you. And you'll see what I do with the fingernails here again, where kind of gives that sense of the fingers pointing, you know, and you would see more. You would see the fingernail a whole lot more if it were flat. If the fingers weren't pointing towards the viewer in any way. So those are kind of things to keep in mind. So fingernails really help. Yeah, you know, just adding a little shading a little bit, just to indicate, you know, the foreshortening or the perspective and stuff like that. And you wouldn't see the thumb here because the thumb will be behind the 2 fingers because of the camera angle where we're looking from. Here we want to draw like hands on hips, and these used to be really tricky for me. Usually the middle finger and the one right next to it that are the middle of just the 4 fingers, excluding the thumb, are usually together. It's different. It's just by reflex, it's usually together. I wouldn't say that they're always together, because there are even some people that can't put their fingers together. I'm just gonna stop talking. The point is, usually the middle finger and the finger right next to it that are in the middle of the four fingers are closer together than the rest. Here we have kind of like an A-OK, the same technique used before, the same base, having that little block and adding on to it, keeping in mind that the middle finger is the longest, the pinky is the smallest, the thumb is the thickest, and stuff like that. And again, I think the base video that I've created before would really help if you haven't seen it already. Here I wanted to play around with the Spider-Man hand, where it's the web slinging, but from behind. Y'all can let me know if you guys enjoy these series and stuff like that. I was thinking of doing something about with eyes next, and folds for clothes. I'm just trying to figure out a smart way to do it. I guess once I do, I'll upload and let you guys know. Also, I know I keep saying a contest is coming, a contest is coming. A contest is coming. I just don't know when yet. I'm pretty busy figuring out a whole lot of other stuff, including my comic Apple Black is featured on Saturday AM. At Saturday AM itself, and figuring out stuff there. So I've been really busy for the most part, but the contest will come. Promise. Again, I do that, those are like the knuckles, and it just goes, that line is just to represent the knuckles. At the end of the day, I erase that line, usually. It just helps me organize where the fingers are going to come out, where the fingers are going to be, and stuff like that. And here, I'm doing a little perspective with the fingers, not too much, but I'll also use the fingernails to help indicate how things are going. And that's the thumb right behind it, not too much. You can see that finger is kind of flat, so we're going to see like the whole finger. But the others are going to be different shapes, indicating where the fingers are pointing. I think I was not happy with the thumb, so I'm going to make the thumb a little longer. And you can test these things out. You can get a camera and almost be like a hand model in a way, and look how study the characteristics of your hands. And these are all the very fancy kind of things, maybe in comics where the hand will be doing some magical something, I don't know. But you can test these things out. You can get your smartphone out, or just a camera or a webcam, and play around with it and draw what you see. It really helps a lot. At least I recommend it. Again, that same technique, but here is just a closed fist. Just a regular closed fist, almost like fist pumping. Yeah. It's pretty basic. Here, the camera is blurry. I didn't know it was blurry, but it's about to be sharp in a sec. And it was kind of like what I was talking about, where I'm breaking the hands I guess I'll make a video about this where I'm kind of breaking the hands, building some kind of foundation, and knowing where the hands bend and stuff like that, and it'll really help you. It'll really help you. It's almost like a guideline. Skeleton without it really being a skeleton, and you're bending it and doing what you want with it to create a pose, create a gesture, from your head without using any reference. I'm gonna put the fingernails. Voila. Here you're gonna put a little fireball, play around a little bit. Yeah, adding shadows, that's that. This is another example of me breaking things down, and trying to come up with some like a dynamic hand pose, gesture, foreshortening kind of thing. Those are the knuckle things I was talking about. Those are the holes that the fingers are gonna come out from. It's almost like me molding the hand while drawing it at the same time. It's hard to explain, but you'll see what I mean in a sec. And just like that, we have the hand. They're very, very expressive and stuff like that. So I really liked how it turned out. And here, this was kind of inspired by this hand gesture was inspired by a panel from the actual comic in chapter 3 of Apple Black. And by the way, you can read the first 3 chapters the first 4 chapters of Apple Black free. And I'll leave links to where you guys can check that out. It's Saturday AM, and for people who want to know what Saturday AM is and learn a little bit more about it, I'll leave links to that below as well, so y'all can check that out. And y'all can purchase volume 1 if you like what you read, if you like the chapters you've read, and you can purchase volume 1, and I really appreciate it if you can support the book and things like that. I'm really proud of what's been produced, and you guys can check that out. I'll leave links to where you can buy the book in the About section below, where you can read the first 4 chapters free. I'm used to saying the first 3 because there was a time it was just 3, but now it's 4. I think a lot of time has passed now to where it wouldn't matter too much now. For those curious about Volume 2 will be out next year, spring. I'm not exactly sure on the date, but next year, spring. I actually drew the hand with the cigarette in mind for this video, but I thought I was recording it, but I wasn't, so I decided to draw something else, like the hands praying. Simpler, but I'll add bonuses in this video, kind of to make up for not showing the smoker. Draw another smoker in the bonus. One tip I always give to people when about drawing in general is just thinking of everything in layers, right? So I drew the head first before I drew the hand. You know, it makes everything easier to see and understand. So it's kind of like going really sketchy first before going in with the details. So you see that face right now. I wouldn't, like, when I drew it, I wasn't bothered at all about where his nose would be or the eyes or how he even looked and stuff like that. But after I'm done what I'm done with, you can go in and add little key things there and make it. I'm not gonna focus too much on that because that's not what this video is about. And this will be the last bonus, and I wanted it to be a little fun to end the video, and I hope you guys like what you see. So far so good. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Leave a comment on what you want me to tackle next, whether it's a tutorial or another 20 ways video, or anything that I usually do on this channel. So if you're new to this channel, I'm White Manga, creator of Apple Black. You can read the first 4 chapters. I'll leave a link to that, like I said. You can buy Volume 1. The first 9 chapters are on there. It's over 250 pages, so y'all can check that out. I have a comic trailer available somewhere, so y'all can check that out as well. I make tutorials, and that's what this, for the most part, that's what this channel does. I have a lot of, I'm thinking of bringing some more fun stuff to the mix, and I hope you guys join me for the ride and subscribe. Please do not forget to like this video. It really does a lot. You have no idea. And you can leave a comment again on anything, questions about anything, not just what you want me to do next. And also don't forget to favorite the video. But most importantly, subscribe if you're new. For more, subscribe. Here's the book. And again, I hope you guys check that out. This is White Manga, and I'm out.